Jerry Craig came to Colorado at a young age, and his love for animals was evident.
I got interested in falconry when I was about 13 years old and got a kestrel, trained that, and I was quite heavy into falconry until in college. So I was always oriented toward raptors. At CSU, as I say, I majored in wildlife. I was in raptors. There was no such thing. They didn't know what it was at that time. And at CSU, it was big game, elk, and then small game were kind of the lesser end of it. So, but the job for the Division of Wildlife that I really wanted came available before I completed my master's. My job for the Colorado Division of Wildlife started in 1972, and then I retired in 2005. After that's all I did. I was the raptor biologist for the state of Colorado. Where I made the biggest impact in my career, and the scariest thing that took the most of my time, was Peregrine falcon restoration. Our inventory that first year in 1973, there was 22 total sites throughout the state that we knew about, and only 12 were occupied, and only 2 of those sites had produced eggs. Eggshell thinning from DDT was a big problem. I called the Peregrine Fund, and they said, well, we'll send a couple of peregrines out. So that's how our partnership formed. I had 2 baby peregrine chicks. The birds were sitting on dummy eggs. They accepted them. And I rappelled over with the 2 chicks. 1988, we were down to only 8 pairs of peregrines. It continued to decline. When I retired, we had 115 pairs throughout the state. We had young that we could bring back. So by doing that, we increased the total number of young being produced in captivity by bringing these wild eggs in and hatching them and keeping them from breaking. About half the eggs that we brought in would have broken in the wild. So it was, I'm still revved up about it. Operation Osprey, that was a project that kind of was a side thing. It was rather interesting that it developed. But we decided this is going to be a project we're going to let the public, they're going to be involved in it. So we got them all together, and of course Judy Sherpell's group, all of you guys, group with the local Audubon Society and the public. What they did is we got the public service company. They volunteered, and the Fort Collins Light and Power volunteered the poles and helped construct the towers and hack boxes that I designed. So it was really a local grassroots group of people that got these ospreys going. And over that 3-year period, I say about 46 birds were released. We now have, last count, I know of about 11 pairs that are nesting here roundabout. It was not uncommon. Shooting was a major thing going on. You could not drive down the road and have a hawk or especially an eagle sit on a power pole and watch you go by. They always flushed. Those that didn't survive. So the attitude had to change. Rehabilitation, there was very little of it. The vet hospital, I knew of 2 veterinarians in Colorado at the time that were treating injured raptors. They had put this program together and they decided to hire a director. So I sat in on the interviews, and the one that came out top was this woman that had a master's degree in waterfowl. Was Judy. So I guess I hired her. Bless her heart, she stayed with it, silly woman. And Rocky Mountain Raptor program gets them back into the wild.
Well, Jerry, on behalf of the Rocky Mountain Raptor program,
our supporters and of course our community, we want to thank you for your years of service of conservation and stewardship of birds of prey. So for the 2022 Freedom Flight Award, we humbly present this to you for all of your wonderful work. Thank you for being there for the Raptors when no one else was.
Oh, thank you. I know where this is going to go. I got a place for that.
Good, I hope so. And I hope that you look on it fondly, just as you remember fondly, and as I see in your face all of the stories of your years of work with the Raptors. We appreciate it so much.
This program has been so fun to be a bit frustrating with regards to the board of directors and all of us, but it's been really reinforcing to see every year it just keeps going. I'm so pleased.